So how do I make a video? First thing is, I record the sound on this thing because the laptop is awful. So I turn that on. Obviously before this I plan what I'm going to say, and maybe I'll make a spreadsheet or something, or get a few links on the interwebs ready. So I turn that on. I don't uncover it because all I'm using is the sound for this one. So that's recording. I then go to the laptop and I go to CyberLink screen recorder. And I click record. And there we are. Okay. Alright, so now it's just a case of using the laptop to show you guys things and talking rubbish like I always do. So in this case, I've just got a little spreadsheet that I'm going to talk through. Completely pointless spreadsheet really in hindsight. But, you know, I'm on lockdown and I'm bored, so I might as well do stuff. So now, this is the point at which I'll just talk and record. And I'll see you on the other end. Alright, thanks for tuning in guys, I'll see you next time. Click. But I'm not clicking it this time, am I? Because I'm making 2 videos. So the next thing I do is I just stop recording like that, and I put the files into this folder here. Okay, so we've got the poor quality sound for this bit. So when I click stop on the screen recorder, it creates this file. Hang on a sec, what file is it creating now then? Oh heck, am I overriding this file? I hope not. Let's see what happens. So I copy the capture file into the folder for the video, which is there. That's worked, so hopefully what the screen recorder now is creating a different file name somewhere. That's all I can hope for. I then go to the camera for the sound, even though it's a video, and I cut the file from there and I paste it in there. It's quite a slow connection to this camera. Okay, so we've got our spreadsheet and the 2 files. Now what I do is I copy the disclaimer. Copy. So I copy the disclaimer in there that goes at the beginning of every video. And now I go into my CyberLink PowerDirector and I start editing the video in here. And now, I think a few years ago I bought this for about 35 quid, maybe 39, something like that. I'm sure there are free versions of free software that you can find online that will do all of what I'm doing here. So I don't think you need to spend money on it. But I'll show you how I do it in this software that I've got. So I import the media file. So here, well, that little bit there is kind of all of the media. So I import media files into the project. Cancel that. First of all, I save the project file. Volatility. I call it vid, whatever the number is, 39. Okay. So now the project file is there. And I can then import the media that I'm going to use for this video. And it's those 3 files. And this is the timeline of the video I'm creating now. So what I do is I put the disclaimer right at the beginning just by holding the mouse and dragging it to the beginning of the timeline. So that's the same every time. I can then drag the 2 video files that I've got here, one that I use the sound for. I can put them on different levels. So as you can see, whatever's in the second kind of vid slot here overrides the first slot, but actually the sound goes on both. So if I click play.
Okay. So now, really put much effort.
But as you can see, you can hear two different out of sync voices there. Obviously the sound here and the sound there. So if I just highlight them both by holding the mouse button there, I can highlight both of these videos and it brings up this option to sync by audio. So if I click sync by audio, it lines them up so that they are in sync. Okay, so that's done. So if I move the kind of, I don't know any of the terms for the things I'm using here, but I can use the, anyway. If I pause there, I'm now into both videos. So if I click this thing here, it just cuts everything that the line is passing through. If I click there, it's cut that bit. If I press Control, I can highlight both of those and they can be discarded. Remove and leave gap. So what that does is it keeps these two where they were. I then right click on, whoops, link. I unlink the video and audio for the first one, and I get rid of the audio there because that's from the laptop and it's rubbish. I then do the same, unlink the video and audio, and then I delete the video because it's just a blank video, that is. Or it's white. It's just recording the rubber from the cap that's on the lens, and I can just put them together. So now instead of being two separate kind of videos, I don't know the right terminology. So instead of it being two separate places, I don't know. You can see what I mean. I don't know the words to describe it, but I can just move them up there next to the first one, and then it'll go from the disclaimer.
Alright. So now I will.
And there's normally a load of false starts at the beginning. Let's see how many false starts there are here.
Alright. So now I will then. Okay. So now I don't really put much effort in, to be honest, as you can probably tell by the videos.
I think this is a false start.
So now I'm going to record the video. So this little bit of sound and screen recording will actually go into two separate videos.
Oh, of course. What am I doing? This is the video you've just watched. Because I'm making two videos. This bit is going to go in the next video that you're watching now. So that needs to be completely ignored.
Using the laptop to show you guys. Just got a little spreadsheet that I'm going to talk through. I might as well do stuff and record. And alright.
See, that's unusual, you see. I don't normally have to separate it into two videos.
You know, it's a bit boring, isn't it, this lockdown? So I've been playing this. Alright, so.
Right, so at least, it's at the very least that amount needs to go. So by, I mean, normally you'd just click, but because this is a separate video and a separate audio, I need to do it like that to highlight them both. And then if I press Control and Delete, well, right click, you can click Remove. Remove and fill gap is what I want to do this time. So Control and Delete does the same thing. So Control, Delete, and it's just brought everything forward. So now that's at the beginning.
You know, it's a bit boring, isn't it, this lockdown? So I've been playing with spreadsheets again. You will not be surprised to hear. So if you recall the video I did about, what was it? It was the video I did about.
And this is where you see that actually.
What was it? It was.
So you'll see actually what you see misses a load of my umming and ahhing and silences where I'm not quite sure what to say. So like there, I just cut out a load of dead air.
If you recall the video I did about the kind of projection of your income as it goes up, over your net worth as it goes up, as you're
I think I'll get rid of that. Like, I misspoke then, didn't I? And then corrected myself. I'll just get rid of the misspeaking bit.
Kind of projection of your income as it goes up over your net.
And it's hard to get that, because I need to get rid of the sorry, don't I?
Your net worth as it goes up.
Nope, missed it.
Over your net worth.
Right, I think it's before that one there, maybe.
Your net worth as it.
Right, so it's there. That's where I need to go to make it seem like I didn't misspeak. Because I can't include the... Oh god, I'm not even sure that's right actually. So put it there.
Your net worth as it goes.
That sounds about right to me, that. So if I delete that bit, Control D, I think it should sound like I haven't misspoke.
Kind of projection of your net worth as it goes up.
Magic, isn't it? I mean, sometimes if I'm feeling lazy, I'll just leave in all of that nonsense. But it just makes the video longer and longer for you guys, and my videos are too long anyway. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just fast forward through me editing the rest of the video. Okay, so that's the first draft of it. I mean, quite often I'll put corrections. If I say something completely wrong or miss something that I wanted to say, for instance, if I wanted to correct something I said at this part in the video, I'll go there, and these are my, and if I click plus there, I can add a little subtitle. So like sometimes the editor me will like shout abuse at the person, the me that's recording the video. And I can put little comments in like that. But for some reason I didn't feel the need at any moment on this video, so there isn't any of them there. Okay, so now I'll just click save. Oops, I don't know what I did there. I click save. And then I go to the produce part of the program, which is there. It's a bit laborious, it's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a bit slow, this program. I think it's quite... And I go there. Volatility reg. Vid 39. So it's just telling it where to create the video file. These are normally set how I want them, 1080p at 30 frames per second, and I just click start. And then that is producing the video file. So that'll take a while. I'll stop there and I'll rejoin once it's done. Okay, and I'm back. So that's all finished processing now. So if I just go back to the edit part of the program. Very slow program. So I just see it's automatically put the result, i.e. the video we've made, in here. So I like to remove it from the library, because the chances are I'll be deleting it, because this is just the first run. So what I do now is I go to the video, which is just being created, vid 39, and I watch it in VLC player.
Just read this disclaimer, please.
And if there's anything that I need to change based on the viewing, I will change the edit.
You will not be surprised to hear. So if you... Hi there, it was a fun spreadsheet to make, so I thought I'd tell you all about it. Right, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time. Lick.
Yeah, it's a pretty dumb video, but hey, I can't see any glaring mistakes in the edit there, so I think I'll just leave it at that. I mean, because normally if there's something obvious that I need to fix in the editing, then I'll just come in, go through it again, and just make whatever edits I need, and then I'll just reproduce it. Some of you might be aware as to why this is, but I actually use mobile data. So I don't want... It's an unlimited package, but I'd rather not push me luck, you know. I'd rather use as little data as possible, because the more data you use, the more they think they'll be able to get away with charging you. So what I do is I take this video here, which is almost a gigabyte, 0.9 gigabytes nearly. And then I use a program called Handbrake on it. There. And then I open the file that I want to process, which is video 39. So it's just scanning it, and then I tell it here what file name I want it to make, and the location of the file as well. So I just put comp at the end to stand for compressed. So basically all of the defaults are fine. 1080p, 30 frames per second. I just click start encode, and it starts compressing the file. It doesn't lose any quality, it just makes it smaller. It'll go at explaining how it works. Right, so I think what it does is, the original file has like a 0 or a 1 for each of the pixels that are shown on the screen. But I think what it does is, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who knows, instead of recording a 0 or 0 for every pixel that's on the screen, I'm pointing at the screen instead of using the mouse, what it does is, it has a pixel for one frame, and then for some frames following, all it records is, it records which pixels have changed from one frame to the next. So if on the next, say, let's pretend this is the next frame, it's not. So let's say this is frame 1, and then let's say this is frame 2. I've just moved the video forward a bit. All of these areas here are all the same colour, aren't they? So nothing has changed from frame 1 to frame 2 of the video. So it saves a load of data by just not having to have any info on this frame. All it does is any pixels that are changed, like that one's changed, because I've just clicked there, haven't I, and there's a bit of what is that, pink or orange? So all it will need is like a few noughts and ones to tell it that these pixels here have changed from one frame to the other, and that saves an absolute load of data. I think that's how it works. Okay, so this is finished now. You just close that, and as you can see, it has created... Oh, that's the wrong one. Volatility. It's created this file from that one, and as you can see, it is, yeah, almost 1/10 of the size. So when it comes to uploading, that's much quicker to upload, and it uses less data. Okay, so that's the file, and as you can see, if you play the video,
hi there, just a spreadsheet to get net worth as it goes.
I can never really tell any difference
so for instance,
in the quality.
If your investment...
Now we go to YouTube. Go to my video section, and then I click create and upload video. And I select the file, and it normally takes me to the last video, so I'll go to volatility, and I click the compressed file, and I click open, and then it will just take a while to upload. So 1% uploaded. Wonder how long it's going to take. Right, what title should I give it? not even be bothered thinking of a good title or stuff. Sometimes I'll go and make myself a thumbnail using paint or something. I really don't know how to do it though, to be honest. One of the thumbnails it gives you as an option is just like a screenshot from the video itself. So sometimes I just select one of these random ones. So as you can see, that's finished uploading now, and now it's processing. That needs to fully process before you can publish the video. But one thing I want to do is I want to put the spreadsheet onto Google Docs and link it in the description. So I'm just going to Google Sheets first of all. Now let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think you have to click New Sheet, I think. So I have to import it. Oh, upload, there we go. Select a file from your device, that's what I want. And that's the file I want to upload. Import data, replace spreadsheet. That's not right. It just confused me this, because that should be the same title as the file I've uploaded. If I go back here to my Sheets home, I think we'll find a file that's there. Yeah, volatility analysis, that's the one I've just uploaded. Right, okay, let's remove that. This is the actual file. Editing Google Sheets. Okay, right, so now share. Get shareable link. Copy to clipboard, done. Okay, so I've just clicked into the SIP video I did a while back. Just going to copy this text and put it in the description of this video. So there's the, well, I don't need that because that's specific to, that bit is specific to the other video, isn't it? So I'll just put the spreadsheet there. And that is the previous one, so I'll just copy the new one like that. How to use the spreadsheet, and that's the same video I'm going to link to. Oh, I copied instead of cut. Okay, let's delete that then. And that's links to a video that explains how to access the spreadsheet, just in case anyone doesn't know how to use a file like that. Finish processing, click next. Don't know how to use any of this stuff. I'm just going to save it as unlisted to start with, just to make sure everything works okay. So just put it as unlisted and click save. If I wanted to publish it straight away, I'd have clicked public there, and then it would have just been live and showed up in your subscription feed straight away. And that gives me a copy to the link on my clipboard, so I can close that. And then I should be able to, and then it should show up here as unlisted. Right, okay, so now this link that I've just, I'll close that. So the link that I've just copied to the clipboard take me to the video. You can only get to the video if you have this link. It won't show up in a search result at the moment because it's unlisted. Sometimes if you publish it too soon, it doesn't have the full HD version on there. So let's just check that I've got all of the versions. Oh yeah, they're all there. Okay, that's good. Right, so it's not too soon to publish it. But what I do want to make sure is that the spreadsheets are working correctly. So first of all, let's check that the link takes us to the right video explaining editing your own copy of the Excel spreadsheet.
Okay. So to download...
So that works.
Hi there, just read this disclaimer, please.
And let's check that the spreadsheet works as well.
You know, it's a bit boring, isn't it, this lockdown?
It's an interesting first sentence, isn't it? You know. It doesn't... For God's sake, everything's so slow. Right, so to make sure it works, click the download. Click save. I don't want a security scan, thank you very much. Finish downloading, so if that can close. It's saved it here. Just want to check that the spreadsheet looks okay after it's been downloaded. Yeah, that all looks the same. The charts look the same. Is this toggle thing working still? Yeah, that all works okay. Okay, so that works. I can get rid of that. And that can be closed. Right, I think that's all okay then. So I'll publish it now, I think. So now I can just click on the little down arrow and change that to public. And click publish. There we go. Alright, so it's done. That's how I make videos. Anything else to say? No. Alright, thanks for tuning in. A little bit off topic, or a lot off topic, but I thought it'd just be, I don't know. If one person finds it interesting, that's enough for me. Because I was absolutely bored today. Alright, see you next time guys. Bye.